So I want to be more explicit about something I was saying before. I'm going to throw a bone to the phantasmagorical because it's the perfect hair for that. And see people, as far as Gary, I talk to Gary every, it's like getting a word is pretty good, phantasmagorical. Calling him the phantasmagoricals because it's, slightly derogatory sounding depending on the tone of voice, but it's also got the word phantasm in it. That's great. Okay, so anyway, a little more. Okay, about words, and also to this Fabira person who, individual who I'm talking to. Okay, because I've said, hey, words are just words. They're still the reality that it's about. And even though we're caught up in the world of words and we can never escape that because it's how our brain works and that makes it really all important to us, we need to remember that that's just relative to us. Relative to the world, we should not assume they're any more important than a thumb. Yeah, very important to us, not so important to animals that don't have them. Okay. The thing is this, okay, I'll try to explain this again. The thing is, a quantum computer, okay, there may not be a multiverse, but a quantum computer, it's as if there's a multiple universe, and it can try everything at once. So it can run an algorithm all at once. It's like when you bring up your word processor, it contains every possible document all at once. Okay, so how do you use that? Okay, well, you keep something in the superposition. Generally, things get weeded out. Possibilities are excluded, and an amount of possibility shrinks until it's basically so tiny that from our scale, it's just one possibility. Okay? Okay. And the way you make a quantum computer work is that you make the answer you want more likely. How do you do that? Okay, well, don't know exactly, but try to walk through this example of a leaf using quantum mechanics to collect energy at a high efficiency. Okay, the photon strikes the leaf. There's a lot of little paths, that it can use to get to the energy center where it can actually be used by the plant. Okay, most of them it's absorbed. Okay, one of them it makes to the end. Okay, with the normal handling of photons, it would just get absorbed. But if you can get up a quantum superposition. So that photon, is sort of unobserved and could be traveling any of those paths. So all million paths it could take, where, just a few thousand of them are this high efficiency path. Now, how can you make that more probable? Well, for example, when you check to see if it's made it, only check at the high efficiency place. Now, if it's a normal photon and you're at the high efficiency place, you'll see, oh, it gets here a few percent of the time, or whatever. 20%, whatever, depending on the circuitry. But since the photon is in a superposition, it goes all the paths. If you check only at the successful location, you can increase the chance that it'll actually be successful. You visualize where do you have to go for a successful run of this thing. You focus on that. It's related to this idea of visualization because the human mind, if it were a quantum computer, how does it make things more possible? And the answer is visualization, right? If if there's blackberries in the world around you and you want to make it more likely that you will see and pick them, then you need to think about blackberries. Picture blackberries in your head. If you do that, then when a blackberry comes along in your peripheral vision or whatever, you're more likely to see it. Okay. In which case, words really would help create reality because they create the focus on what counts as success. What you expect to see is what counts as success. Now, if you expect misery, that's success. You'll get what you are expecting. And in that sense, it's possible that words do create, in a sense. But note, okay, if you want to get technical, even if that's true, see, they'd still do it by filtering out. They don't actually create the possibility. They take the visuals that you can have about of the world, and if that is possible, if it's impossible, it won't make it happen. But if it is literally possible, it will make it slightly more um, possible. Uh, if you visualize the right thing. And what is the right thing? Well, the right thing isn't just any words. Words aren't important themselves. The right thing is the possibility that corresponds best to reality, something that isn't happening but is possible. You know, it's possible to see blackberries if you're walking in California, but if you're going to be visualizing blueberries, that's not going to help you find any blueberries because there aren't blueberries in California. So, not wild ones anyway. Well, I think there might be some, but you know what I mean?